Hello, welcome back to my channel today where have been playing with inks. Look at my fingers, and I didn't bother to put gloves on. How silly am I? Yeah, it's a beautiful day here today as I'm filming this, but I am filming ahead, so by the time this goes to air the weather could have changed. Thanks for joining me. Today what I'm doing is I'm working on the cover of a new ring-bound journal. And this is more or less the same size as my travel journal. Okay, so I've got my pages all ready to go, but I wanted to add a bit of decoration. If you look, you can see there's a bit of a split there. It doesn't go all the way through, but I want to cover that, so I'm going to add a piece of fabric over that area just to cover that. And other than that, I probably won't do much else to the back cover. I'm not sure at the moment. But I had started. This is the front, and it opens up this way. And what I've done is I have added a piece of an old book page. This is one of my, who is it? It's the poet Longfellow. It's from the Longfellow book of poems. And I've ripped it out of the book and just grunged up the edges. Glued that down, added a bit of splatter around this side. And the other decorations for this cover are from Which Craft Do You Do? And that's Kerry's site. And the set I'm using is quite a large set and in different colourways. So I'm using the greeny brown colours for this one. And the set is called Vintage Grunge Elements. If you're interested, you can see I've got a couple of tags here that I'm going to add on the page. There's a flower I might use, tickets, butterflies, and it also comes with these lovely images. Oops. And I've just used that one. There were quite a few to choose from, let me say. See if I've got the other page in here. I haven't printed out everything. I just printed what I thought I would use. Here it is, it's right at the back. I'll just show you these images. Look, and the same images come in different looks. You know, they're greeny background. This is more neutral. But aren't they just adorable? Don't know whether they'd fit in the tiny Tim Holtz. Oh, they would, look. The Tim Holtz photo frames. How cute are they, though? Love them. So I've taken one from that pack. So once I've printed the images I wanted, basically I have the tags on slightly thicker cardstock, as well as this little portrait image. And these pieces I wanted a bit stronger, so I've put those onto heavyweight cardstock, and I've backed the portrait with some craft card. And then to give all those pieces extra strength, I've carried out some single-sided laminating. And that just makes it a bit stronger for that front cover. Once the laminated pieces are cut, I've inked around the edges and they're ready to go. I'll share a link for some single-sided laminating. If you've never tried it, it is a good option. And now it's just a matter of positioning these pieces. So I've got a little bit of muslin here, But I've got this piece of fabric which is tea dyed, and I just want to sit this over so you know you get a bit of the raggy ends, and then the image will sit on top of that. Now this will probably go on last, because what I plan to do is add the main decoration here, and then I'm going to put this through the my punch to punch the holes ready for the ring binders. And for this one I want to add a closure, and I'm going to use a brad on this side and either twine or ribbon on this side, okay, to wrap around this as a button, if you like. Okay, so I've marked the center of that ready to go. These just all need arranging and gluing down. So I'm thinking something like this, with this piece probably down here at the bottom. And I've put it down lower because if I use a ribbon closure, I don't want it to come over this. I want this to still show. So I think down there is the spot. And I was trying to decide whether to add this over the tag. If I do, I need to ink this because it's too bright. And then I've got a couple of butterflies. And I thought we might have one down here. It's one slightly bigger than the other. There's not much in it. Perhaps one down here. And maybe one up here. So that will be the finished cover. Okay. But I did want to leave this until I've got all my my holes punched there. So let's see if we can grunge this up a bit. Bearing in mind it's got the plastic of the laminating sheet. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that will do. There was actually a darker one, but I like the little hint of pink on there, because my journals usually have a bit of pink in them. How's that look? A bit better, I feel. And maybe we'll aim it that way. What do you think? So that is my plan. So I'm going to start inking. Gluing. So really, that one needs to go in first. And I have inked around the edges of all these pieces. So I'll use the Wizard glue. How have you been? I hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying some sunshine. As I film this, it is glorious here today. The ground is still sodden though. We've had an awful lot of rain. Just, you know, odds and ends of large showers, and the ground just hasn't had a chance to dry out, which is a bit painful. So there, that's where I want that piece. Let's just move that off. And the butterflies, we'll put those on last. But I might just add this. Let's see how this works. plenty of glue on there. And just centre her. And I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to put something heavy on the top of it, just to be sure. I'm going to upturn this and put that on the top, just to make sure that works well. Okay, so now I want, that's all ready. I need to punch the holes. Here, like I say, I'm just going to add this piece of fabric just to cover up this split. And we'll probably carry that over, but for now I'm going to wait because I'm not sure how I'm going to cover this back page, or if I'm going to cover. I actually like that cream paper. I might just end up doing something down the spine side, but until I've decided, I'm going to leave that loose. Okay. All right, I'm going to go, oh no, let's put this in. Let's do the brad on the front. And I've got this tiny little hole punch. I'm going to try and make that work for me. That's better. There we go. And we don't want, we want to leave it slightly up, you know, not push it right against the page. So maybe put a piece of card under there, just to be sure that it is proud. There we go. So that's on there, that's pretty good. Yeah, leave that for now and I'll decide what I'm going to do there, because I didn't like that dot. I want something really that stays within this line here, and I don't think, it might hold. It's a bit messy now, it's got my inky fingers on. We'll leave it for now and just see whether that does hold. Okay, so next job for me is to add the holes for the ring binder. So I'll just go and get that set up and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm all ready to go. I've got my book covers here and I'm going to punch these first individually. And what I do is I make a template the size of the book cover, which in my case is 7 inches. And I fold that piece in half and mark that center line. Okay, so that is the center line. And I do that so that I can line up. There is an arrow on this piece here on the Zutter machine. And I generally only use 6 holes, so it's dead easy. I just line mine up so that the arrow and that drawn line are level. Get a bit of, there we go, and just punch the holes. There we go. So now I know I will use this on my book pages and my covers. Line it up like so. And that way I'm going to get right into the center. Sorry, this is a bit stiff, this cover. Ooh, that was a bit stiff too. there you go, it went through and you can see that it's lined up. So there's my front cover done. And now I need to do the back cover. We just double check everything. This is the side that needs punching. Pop that in, right down to the bottom, line it up, and here we go. I had to press quite hard on that to go through, but that's the back cover done. Okay, so then we need to do book pages. And this is my front cover. And I just want to quickly make sure that I've got everything the right way round, and I hadn't. Had I? Let's have a look. Yeah, I did. That's the right way round. So, okay, that's the first piece. And we'll line this up. Now, this, I think, is going to be slightly smaller than my 7 inches. So we'll just have a look. Yeah, it is. Ever so slightly, but that's fine. Can still pop that in and make sure it's equal either side, which it is. And punch. Okay, that was definitely borderline there. It didn't particularly want to do it, but okay, that's one. And then this is the second one, and let's have a look at this. Double check that I've got this all right, and I think I have. So that's in. That's lined up, equal amounts both ends, better. Here we go again. That one. And the last ones. Marry those up. Perfect. Punch. And I'm going to keep this one 7 inch. That over there. Pop this to one side. Okay, so now we need to put our book together. Marry up these holes. Okay, front cover goes on there. Back cover would be at the back, but we need to flip that over. So it goes like this. Okay. And then we thread these through. And this is where I always have to be a bit careful. So I've got the back cover, the front cover, and the pages. Okay, so threaded the rings through punched holes. Everything's looking good. Now we need to sit this into the machine, having already set this clamp area to the size of the rings, which is 1 inch. And then it's just a matter of holding that and pressing this in. If I'd pulled that out, it would be a lot easier. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, hold that down, press this down as far as it will go, and that closes your rings. Okay, let's just move that out of the way. And there you go. That's our little journal. Finished. Well, not quite, but it's bound. Okay. And this keeps the back page separate. You know, you can't move the back page forward. It stays at the back. Now I think I'm going to glue this down. I think, look at this. Yeah, don't know what I might just, don't know, I might just add some tape or washi or something there, but for now I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to glue this one down. Okay. There we go, it's good and wet. Just take that round. And that's done. The back has dried completely, so that won't take long. All right, so we'll go flip back to the front page, and then what we can do is add our last few pieces. And here's our little girl. She looks pretty good. I could do with a bit more glue on this edge, perhaps. We'll see what it's like when we put it down. But basically that will sit around about here, I'm thinking. And we've got the butterflies, and I want one up here. It's one. We'll pop this one down. And I'm just going to add glue over the image section on the back. There you go. Like that. And I think we might put that butterfly there. All right. I'll probably use a little bit of string. I've got some here. Yeah, and I might even be a bit sneaky and add this onto the ring binder at the back. Let's have a look. Could I do this? Because you never know how fat these books are going to be. Right, let's have a look at this. Right over, left and under. Left over, right and under. So I was thinking something like that, and just take it round and finish it off around the button. I could take some of that off, but I don't want to take too much, because as I say, it could become quite chunky, this book. It's got a 1-inch spine, so there's lots of room that can grow. So there you go, that's another little journal done. And it's basically a very bare journal. It could be used just for writing, or it can be decorated. Plenty of pages. Oh, that didn't take, that's a shame. Oh well, never mind, that could be a flip. We might add that as a flip on one of the pages. Why not? I did think about that as I was going through. Would it be better as a flip? So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll add that on a page like so, and hope that was the only one that didn't attach. Just wrap that. Oops, one either side. And wrap this round. There we go. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this very quick video on ring-bound journals, and I hope you'll join me for the next video. Until then, take care. Bye now. So here's my final piece, and you can see I've added a couple of labels